Hello, my name is Camper Bull. I'm the founder of the PMP Masterclass, the author of Moving from Project Management to Project Leadership, and I had the honor of being a content contributor for the PMBOK, the Project Management Body of Knowledge, 4th edition. This video is a PMP study guide for you to help you understand how you should study for the PMP exam, as well as guide you through the process. The PMP exam is not a simple exam, and therefore study becomes very important. Before you start thinking about doing that, I would encourage you to actually apply for the PMP exam. This is a major undertaking and will require some planning as well. Study the information on the PMI website, apply for the exam. Once you've applied for the PMP exam, you will actually be allowed to set a date. And at that point, that will be your guide for where you have to finish your studying process. What we need to do then is work backwards. One of the key distinctions, and one of the things people do not do well is they assume that they can just wing this process. You need to study. You need to have a guide to process this information so that when you get to the exam, you know it cold. The PMP exam is not a simple exam, so studying for it. So make a study plan so that you know what you're going to finish up with. Therefore, you probably need at least 6 weeks to study. And you need to be guided through that process with a plan. So create as many of the plans as you can on how you're going to study. Is it 2 chapters a week? Is it that kind of process? Once you've started that study, you need to understand that you need to study a group of information. You absolutely need to read the PMBOK guide. The PMBOK guide, the Project Management Body of Knowledge 4th edition guide, is going to be a very valuable source for you. The PMBOK guide is going to be the framework that you're going to lay all the information in. But you need to study other areas as well. And those areas are all of the other information in the PM organization. It is just not in the PMBOK guide, it is all of the other information. So studying just the PMBOK guide will not serve you. You need to take a look at other information, broad information. So there are many study guides available, and I will give you an opportunity to take a look because I reviewed all of them at the end of this video. There's also a series of PMP study techniques that you should be aware of. So first and foremost, read the PMBOK guide at least 4 times. Study it. Then get yourself some additional materials to study so that you're clear on all of the information. Once you're clear on that, start taking PMP questions on a regular basis. Why? Because that will serve you, help you start thinking about the process and guide you in the right direction, telling you what you need to study more and what you need to study less. Finally, you need to be clear and have a study plan as well as a guide to how you're going to take the exam. So you're going to have a study plan in the beginning and a guide on how you're going to take the exam. Personally, I needed a break halfway through. I actually took a stretch break halfway through the exam. That allowed me to clear my mind, remember what I'd studied, and focus on the PMP process ahead of time. And all of this will guide you through the process. I hope that helped. What we've developed is 3 free videos that will guide you a little clearer through the process. What we're doing is in the first video that I've created for free, it gives you the myths about the PMP exam. Things that you may be studying or may not be studying that will help you pass the PMP exam. The second is a tool that helped guide me through the process. This tool is a downloadable tool that once you start taking the questions will guide you in the process of understanding what is correct, what is not correct, and give you a good guide as to how well you do about guessing. This tool alone helped me take the exam in half the time with an assurance that I would actually pass. The third video we created for you is all about learning styles, how you study to take the PMP exam. You're going to study differently now than you did when you were in high school and than you did when you were in college because you learn differently. And if you take this key distinction and how you study for the PMP exam, you will be able to do much better in the process. So I encourage you to take a look at these 3 videos. You can get them at www.pmmasterclass.com. With that, I'm also going to give you 3 more bits of information. A guide for 25 secrets to passing the PMP exam. These are distinctions I've created over the last 10 years that help many of my students pass on the first time. I have also done a review of all of the major study guides in the PMP world. There are expensive, and there are a number of them. I give you my best as well as ones to stay away from. Study guides are expensive, so select the right one and therefore use that as your incremental information. So I'd encourage you to take a look at those. All of those PMP study guides are online and free for you if you go to www.pmmasterclass.com. Like I said, the best way to study for this exam is to do the questions after you have the information. So I also am going to give you 25 questions to guide you through the process. They hit each one of the various study areas and have answers to the questions that will guide you into where you need to look in case you don't get those right. All of these can be received at www.pmmasterclass.com. My name is Camper Bull. I'm the founder of the PMP Masterclass, and I look forward to seeing you again.